Hello and welcome. My name's Kathy A, and yes, it's time already. My August faves and flops, and boy did the month go quickly. How is everybody doing out there? It has been quite a summer. Okay, well, a little bit of reprieve here from the usual news that you get. Let's just start right in. Some of the items that I'm going to talk about today are makeup related and some are not, just for diversity here, because as you know, our interest in makeup is kind of waning a little bit. It has not appeared in any stores or on their website yet, but as soon as the soft matte foundation from NARS releases, I will test that out for you. And I want to thank Sharon Hardy for being my newest Patreon supporter. And anyway, let's get right to the video. Washing my brushes. I've been like obsessed with making sure everything's clean in the house. And I mean, my brushes are clean. They're really clean. And one of the ways that I do that is I'm using soaps that are meant for laundry. Laundry soaps have been around for eons. Before they had washing machines, they used to use scrub boards and soap. And these special soaps they had conditioners in them and cleansers in them that were really good with fabrics and synthetic fibers. So there are a lot of different ones. Some are from different countries. And I was in Hudson, Massachusetts fairly recently. It's a very high population of Portuguese folks. And I used to live near this little store that every Sunday they would bring in these fresh Portuguese rolls, which if you haven't had a fresh Portuguese roll, to die for, with some fresh creamery butter on it, oh my gosh. Anyway, I went in there and it was so good to see they were still open. They don't have the rolls open anymore. They pack them in groups of 12, so I had to get 12. And of course, I ate like 6 of them. Anyway, they had the Portuguese version of Zote soap, and this was called Clarim. It's from Portugal, and this is a really nice soap that is very good for cleaning your brushes. I mean, it works really well. Zote soap, of course, you can find on the website on Walmart. They have it for 97 cents, I think, on the website. If you go in the store, I think it's like $1.12 or something, but this soap can really hold up really well. And this is another soap. It's a yellow one, and I think it's called Fells something. Fells. I'll have it linked below. But this one has worked the best of any of my brush soaps. I mean, to get the bristles white again after they put foundation on that's been sitting for a few days, that stains them really badly, and it comes out this white. I love this soap. I think the Fells is my favorite, and you can find this in grocery stores in the laundry section. I think it's about $1 to $2 for one big bar like this, and this will last you for quite a while. So I do recommend washing your brushes after every use. I'm extra clean, kind of in a nerdy sort of way. So the next thing is, and I gotta give Beth from 50 Plus Beauty credit for this. This is a water bottle, and what I do is I put my effervescent tablets in my water in here. But if you can see closely here, there's you start in the morning drinking. You have to drink down to each line, and when you're empty, you fill it again and start up here. So it starts you from like 8 a.m. in the morning until 6 p.m. at night. You drink your last line here. And I just think that's a wonderful way to get enough water in. But what's even better is you can put flavored ice cubes in here with iced tea, or flavored teas. I'll be talking about teas a little bit later on in the season. You can use fruit juice or just pieces of fruit with ice cubes and water. And I mean, it can be a very pleasant experience. We all really need to drink a little bit more water, and I think that this was great. And thank you, Beth, for the idea. Beth from 50 Plus Beauty recommends this kind of a bottle that is sectioned off by the time. So every hour you drink a little more water, and I think that's really great. I was in Dollar Tree, and I had to recently, so I got a new job. Actually, I had 2 new jobs, but I'm actually going to take one of them. And I had to sign online forms. And you know what it's like to sign online forms trying to use your finger, and you look like some drunk, you know, just fell out of a bar and just, you know, all these little lines and dashes. Well, this is a pen. One end of it is all those 4 different colors of ink. You know, you can make the, you can write in different colors, which I love. This is only $1 at the Dollar Tree. But on the other end, up here, is a stylus. And you can write your name for online things, or you can, you know, do a little smile face or whatever it is you want to do if you're writing online. And I just think that's a fabulous thing for $1. And the inks work pretty well. You've got a red, a green, a blue, and a black ink on here. And I mean, that's so well worth $1. So, and it's hanging up in the school supplies section. I happen to get this color one, but look for the one with the 4 different colors ink. That'd be great for school as well. I think it's a wonderful thing. Not everything's so healthy around here in the house. I am a huge ice cream fan, and I thought, how am I going to work this? Because I really want to lose a little bit of weight, you know, because I gained a COVID, well, I want to say COVID-13, but it's more COVID-19 that I gained. Maybe COVID-20, you know. When you use one of these little ice cream cups, and they're only like 20 calories each, and you scoop in some ice cream just to fill into one of these little cups, and they're very small. I mean, they're just tiny little things. They're not huge. But if you put some ice cream into one of these, you're scooping maybe 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup of ice cream. So it's much less than if you like dump some into a bowl and start eating it in front of the TV. If you put, you know, ice cream enough to fill this cup, it's a satisfying treat in the afternoon, and it's less than 200 calories, and you can get really good rich ice cream, of which I just found like the perfect chocolate ice cream. And I am so picky about ice cream. I'm a real ice cream snob. And I was in ALDI, of all places, and they have regular ice creams, and they had chocolate vanilla, strawberry coffee, you know, cookie dough, all that stuff. Then they had this premium chocolate and premium vanilla. Oh my gosh, what a difference. The chocolate premium ice cream at Aldi is absolutely the best chocolate ice cream I have ever had. And I think it's like $3.99 for like a half gallon. So I'll just show you a picture here. So think about this as an option. It's only 20 calories for one of these little cones here. It's not this big. And if you pack it up like this, maybe 1/3 of a cup or whatever, they consider ice cream in this particular premium ice cream, they consider like 2/3 of a cup as a serving. And that is like 340 calories. So it's like 170, and then this is 20, so it's 190. So under 200 calories, you get a really nice, satisfying snack. So here's my ice cream fix. Back with food. I tried this. I was reading an article about gluten-free and how people with celiac disease have problem with gluten because it punches holes in their tract, and it causes things to fall through to the rest of their system, and their system fights it off, and it causes some problems. So gluten-free is healthy for everybody, actually. And so I thought I would try this gluten-free spaghetti. I thought, well, you know, and it's made with white rice, brown rice, corn, and quinoa. And they've shaped it to look like spaghetti. And I thought, well, this ought to be interesting, you know. So I cooked some, and I had sauce on it and meatballs. And I'm telling you, you can't tell the difference between this and regular spaghetti. And I do a dish, I call it spaghetti bake, where I have onions and butter on the bottom. I break up into thirds about a half package of spaghetti over the top, put salt and pepper over that, and then I cover that with Italian tomatoes and then cheddar cheese. Put some foil over the top of that and stick it in the oven for like an hour and a half. And I'm telling you, that spaghetti bake tasted so good. I could not tell that it wasn't real spaghetti. So I didn't miss the gluten at all. And since it is so much healthier for you, I have to totally recommend this. It also has, this is the thin spaghetti. They also have different other types of pasta. I'm gonna try them as well. But if you can go a little bit healthier with things without it hurting your taste buds, and you know what I mean, some of the taste buds can really, some of the stuff, yeah. But that was a good one, that worked. Due to my buddy Bobby there, Bobby Parrish in the Flav City group, he has convinced me to only get organic oatmeal, because I guess in the drying process of regular oatmeal, the oats in the field, they spray them with a chemical to dry them faster so they can have more production in a quicker way. And that chemical contains some of the same ingredients as Roundup, which with trace amounts of that appear in regular oatmeal. And it's a little bit cheaper than organic, but I say for reducing the process out, getting organic oatmeal is a really good thing to do. Now, Trader Joe's has organic, and I was in a Market Basket, which is an inexpensive grocery store chain in Massachusetts, and they had organic as well. So look for the word organic over your oatmeal, and I think that you're going to be very, very pleased and healthier for it in the long run. We just really want to try and get all those trace amounts of chemicals out of our systems, because there's just so much going on in the world. Let's just be as healthy as possible with the rest of what we can control, you know. And with the oatmeal, I do put a teaspoon of chia seeds. When I'm cooking the oatmeal, I throw a teaspoon of these chia seeds, and this is considered miracle seeds because of the health value of chia seeds. You don't even notice the flavor in your oatmeal. It's just oatmeal that has little polka dots in it. And these things are so good. And it's maybe a slightly different texture. You can't really tell that much. I just say, this is so worth it. And I keep these in the refrigerator, and I put a teaspoon in with my oatmeal when it's boiling in the water, and it cooks in the same amount of time. It's a great way to get a little bit healthier from your morning breakfast without adding anything. But the nutritional benefits of this are just amazing. And for snacks, these are balance breaks from Sargento. These are, this one has slices of white cheddar cheese, and it has dried cranberries and almonds in it. So you get like nice little cheese snack for the protein, and you get these, the cranberries are really sweet, and you get the almonds for the nuts. So you get like a lot of snack cravings satisfied in this. And I have one of these each day. Okay, I'm getting off the food here. Let's go to the mind. And this is all about keeping your mindset in a positive way and thinking in a positive law of attraction sort of way. It goes through the details of it. I have the book here because I'm writing something right now that I need information from here. But the movie, if you see it, even if you see it in a thrift store like the DVD, watch it. You can rent it on Amazon too. It's very cheap, a couple bucks to rent it. It's well worth watching because it keeps you in a positive state of mind, and I honestly feel it helped me generate a lot of the positive things that are going on in my life right now, and I really feel strongly to share this with you. And online there is Abraham-Hicks, of which actually The Secret is based on the teachings of Abraham. Abraham channels through Esther Hicks and says really profound things. I don't want you to think I'm in some kind of cult or I've got spirals in my pupils, because I have both feet on the ground, believe me. But thinking positively and thinking things are going well will keep you in the right frame of mind. It's better to be positive than to be negative, to be judgmental, to be hateful. That's all in my past, you know, and I have been very, very negative at times. You know, there are still lipsticks and things I'm going to tell you are crummy, but that's different. That's different. That's just being honest. So The Secret is a book I recommend you reading, or actually I would think the movie's a lot more fun to watch. So now, along with The Secret, this is a silly thing here. This is a folding board, and you can get this at the Dollar Tree for $1. And what you do with this is you can paste pictures or write words of things that you want in life, like your dream house, your dream man, your dream job, your bank account amount, your dream car. Just put, it's like a positive vision board, and it's things that you really want to bring into your life. And when you are thinking about it and you look at your board every now and then, you can kind of meditate or just have a look at all the things that you really like and appreciate in life. And it could be a gratitude vision board. You can be grateful, pictures of your kids or pictures of your husband or whatever. Gratitude and things that you'd like to see in your life, and you can maybe manifest them that way. Okay, enough with that. Let's get to the makeup. Okay, I was in a TJ Maxx fairly recently, and I purposely didn't open. I started to open this and I thought, no, wait a minute, I want to share this with you because this is something that's so positive right now during the COVID-19, where people are opening things, touching them, putting their DNA all over everything. This is from Cargo Cosmetics, and this was in TJ Maxx. It's only $4.99. It's like they explain all about the palette on the outside, and they have it open so you can see all the colors in it. Hey Sephora, hey Ulta, look at this. Cargo, good for you, thinking of something like this. This is really great. I actually owned this palette at one point, and I think I gave it away. I fell in love with it again for $4.99. You get the mirror here, you've got the really nice assortment of colors, very neutral colors. But just this packaging, you know, it's tamper proof pretty much, and you get to see your colors in your palettes, and you can also see if any of the palette colors are screwed up. You know, sometimes one's beat up or whatever, but this will eliminate that finger swatch thing on regular palettes. Even things that are boxed and closed up behind, somebody could have pulled them out, swatched it, and stuck it back in. So I really like this, and I think Cargo needs a big hand for this. Here. That's great. Now, Cargo is a Canadian brand. I have done a special on them, really high quality stuff. They had my favorite mascara of all time when they did the Star Wars special, and they never came out with it again. But I think that they are just an amazing brand, and I wish they were talked about a little bit more. I don't think Kohl's is carrying them anymore, but I found a lot of their stuff in Kohl's, and you do find a lot of their palettes in TJ Maxx. A lot of them, for some reason, don't sell, and it's unfortunate because I do think the quality is there. And doing this is the Wanderlust palette. It is available right now in TJ Maxx for $4.99 for $5. That's great. This was kind of an interesting find. This is 9 different shades from Revlon, and these are the lustrous lipsticks. I found this in Big Lots, and I was watching my friend Pretty and Flawed, and she still hasn't revealed her name, or I would say it, but she goes shopping and she takes you with her, and she's got her camera on high definition. I mean, you really feel like she's there, she's looking at it, she's opening it up. You really feel like you're right there with her. Now, these particular lipsticks, I'll have to say what these are, because you may like some of them, and it was $11.99 for 9 lipsticks, which means they were just a little over $1 each, you know? This was just a terrific, and they're full-size lipsticks. They are full-size lipsticks, and I thought, well, maybe these are shades they don't think they're selling that well of, but I know Bear Affair sells, and I know Rum Raisin sells, so I don't get it. So let me just swatch all of these for you. See if I can swatch them light to dark. Gentlemen prefer pink. Let me just do this. affair. And that's that coral shade. Love that red. Wow, yeah. And that's the fuchsia fusion. Sassy mauve. Wine with everything. Rum raisin. And black cherry, which actually looks much darker in the tube than it does. So I think those are a terrific deal for the $11.99 price tag, and I think that's terrific. So they were all sealed in plastic and they all were brand new. They don't seem like they're stale. I don't know. What do you think? I think there's like a little of something for everybody in here. I'm very fond of a couple of them, you know, but that is the Revlon 9 lipstick set. You can get that right now in Big Lots stores, which is one of those train wreck stores. I don't know. So that was a great set. I got quite an order from Colourpop. I forget who I was watching, but they really like Colourpop, and I thought, well, I should really give them a try on some of their palettes and things. So let me just show you a few of the palettes I got. The first thing from Colourpop that I really loved, and I'm wearing it today, this is the blush. And this is in Coast to Coast. Isn't that nice? It's just a very pretty light pink. I have it on. Let me just... It's just very pretty. Of course, now I have way too much. I do that all the time. Okay, tainted tardy woman here. This is a beautiful powder blush, and it's just gorgeous, and it does have an imprint of a flower in there too. Can you see that? Really nice. I just think this is one of the prettiest blushes I own, and definitely I'm not going to return that. You know what? I'm such a return queen. I'm such a return queen. This is Going Coconuts, and this is what everybody calls a really nice base palette. And it is. You've got a matte light color, a couple of matte medium shades, and then you've got some shimmers, a matte dark, a couple of light shimmers. There's a mirror in here. Holy cow. There's a mirror in here. Look at that. Okay. Well, anyway, this is a wonderful palette. I mean, it's just a basic palette. It's a good starter palette because you can do just a plain basic eye, and yet you can still kind of glam it up a little bit. Use some of this, like this one, be really pretty underneath your eye to make like a little bit of a shimmer. I already have something under my eye, so just add it to it. But this is a really nice basic palette. It's true, it really is. So Going Coconuts is the name. You can get that on the website. Whenever I go to Ulta, they're always sold out of these particular things, and I think you can get this online at Ulta still. If not, you can get it on the ColourPop website. And don't be afraid to go to the actual brand and see what they have, because you might get a much better deal than you get at Ulta, even with getting, you know, the cash and all that other stuff that they do. Now, an extension of Going Coconuts is this one called Bare Necessities. And this one does not have a mirror. Now this one has a lot of shades in the nude and brown range, perfect for autumn coming up here. These all seem similar on camera, but they are very different. Some are shimmer, some are matte, some have a slight yellow tone. Got some nice shimmers here. I would say that this one has got some great options for really good neutral eyes, really good base eyes. You can glam it up a little bit with some orange. Be a nice travel palette, I think, because you do have some purples and mauves in here as well. So I think this is a great option. Now this one I got because it had colors to it, but I actually didn't really care for this one. It's called It's All Good, but not for me. It wasn't all good for me. And it had pressed glitters in here, had some shimmers. I don't know, for some reason I was disappointed in this, and you can make a cohesive eye look with this and then use some of these colors to kind of pronounce, but I thought they're a little bit lighter pigmentation, and a lot of them appear slightly differently in the pan than they do on your eye. Yeah, okay. But yeah, and they have like a few mustardy ones here that all kind of look the same to me on the eye. Some interesting colors in it, but for some reason I don't reach for this palette, and I don't have a lot of palettes, so you know, not reaching for this one is a bad thing. ColourPop lippy sticks are like a stick crayon version for a lipstick. And I got this color. I think it's a little bright and magenta for me, but the formulation is really nice. It reminds me a little bit of the Juvias Place formula lipsticks, which I do like as well. I'll talk about in just a moment. This one is really nice, and it is called, this color is called Aftershock. So it's very nice for a medium tone to darker toned mauve-y, pinky, magenta shade. So really nice. I think I like something a little bit lighter and brighter for me now that I'm apparently a type 1 and not a type 2 in the Dressing Your Truth system. I finally found out I'm a type 1. I guess I am, you know, but I like the colors in type 2 better, so the Dressing Your Truth thing is a drama that just keeps on giving. Okay, Dollar Tree. Okay, one of you wrote, after I talked about the Dollar Tree scent that I thought was, it's nice, but it's not like the original, and this is the number 24, which is supposed to be their version of light blue. I said it's pleasant, but it's not really like the light blue. And they said, well, they like to use those Dollar Tree scents outside, or if they're working in the yard, or if they're just hanging around the house when they don't need to wear it to an important event. They enjoy the scent. So I actually bought a few more. There were 2 fails. One of them is this one. It is the Jean-Paul Gaultier Classique Copycat. It's really pongy. It's like Woolworth's. That pong, you know, the one you spray it on there and then you get this searing, and you can almost cut it with a knife kind of smell. So I wouldn't recommend the Classique one, which is number 15. And I also would not recommend this one, which is the Enceinte, which is EAD's Oscar by Oscar de la Renta. I would not recommend that one either. That was pretty pongy too. But I did like these two. Such an odd combination. This is the fake version of My Burberry. And I was like, you know, it does smell a little like My Burberry. So, I mean, if you see these, they're only $1, and they're really just pleasant to have on. They don't last a whole long time, but it's nice to have them on around the house, feel a little bit glam. I think it's good to kind of feel good around the house. I get up every day, I do my makeup, I get dressed, and I usually try to go out somewhere. Like if I'm just dropping a mailbox, something, I go to the post office and drop something off there, or I'll go to the grocery store and get one item like cream for my coffee or something and come home just to get out of the house, you know, get out of the, I don't want cabin fever. And then again, you know, I'm working. So now this one is number 19, and this is the Dollar Tree version of Beautiful, Estee Lauder's Beautiful. And this is actually pretty good as well. So the My Bad is the one for my Burberry, and then number 19 is Beautiful. So I'd recommend those two scents. I think they did pretty well. And of course the number 24 is Light Blue, and it's a very pleasant scent. It's just not like light blue. I think it's something close. Number 7, I thought I would try this. This is the Airbrush Away Tinted Skin Perfector. And I like skin perfectors, thinking that they could be a nice foundation substitute. But this is more of a tinted, hydrating kind of moisturizer. It is not enough to be a foundation, but it does smooth out your skin and make a nice base for a real foundation. So this is the number 7 in light. I think this only came in 3 colors, so I got the light shade. See, this is the light, and it shears out to almost nothing. So, because I think the pricing on this is a little high, but it's the Airbrush Away Tinted Moisturizer. If you want to use it as a base primer underneath your makeup, that's great. It does last really nicely. It did not come off on my mask when I used it under my mask, so I'll probably be bringing that up again when I talk about my health and wellness COVID-19 video coming up in a couple weeks. I got some mascara from Almay, and this is the One Coat Thickening Mascara. And I used to use this all the time with different packaging back when I used to use it in the 90s when it was new and it came out. I always loved this mascara, and it's a very natural looking mascara, and it is nice if you want a nice natural look. You don't like a big old spider leg kind of look like I do a lot of times. This is a really nice natural mascara, and Almay is of course a physician's developed line, so it is something that's healthier for you than general drugstore stuff. This came as a free sample, and I hadn't tried it in a couple of years. I think I had entered this in one of my foundation wars. It's a shade match thing where you put it on and it goes on white, and then you rub it in and it becomes the color it's supposed to be, so to speak. So you just rub it in, and it gives a nice coverage. It does sink into the lines a little bit, but it dries down nicely. And I think if you powder over it, make sure you've patted in all of your lines. I think you're going to like this because it does work really well. And I think I gave it a good review back then. I haven't used it since because I just for some reason don't gravitate towards the Almay section at the drugstore. I don't know why, and I hate to disregard them because these two products are pretty good. So if they are on sale, or if you have a coupon for discount at Walgreens or CVS or even Walmart, check these out. These come together, and I think I got this particular set together at Dollar Tree. So this was probably a special that they had to repackage. So have a look for this in Dollar Tree. It's well worth trying. It is a medium light shade though, so I didn't see any other shades. So this is a new, well, it's new to me. This is the Dream BB Fresh from Maybelline, and I wanted to get a BB cream that was drugstore that I could substitute, on the interim until I got work again and I could afford nice makeup. This just was weak. It didn't have enough coverage for me. But it was a pleasant going on. It dried down. I could pat it in, and with the powder and everything, it seemed to be okay. But I can't recommend it over some of the other drugstore ones. So it's okay. but it's nothing special, and it's unfortunate because I was hoping a little bit more pigmentation to it. If I add my drops to it, my Derma Blend drops, it has more pigmentation and it's fine, but on its own it's just too weak. So I have been using the Fit Me from Maybelline. This is the powder, and I believe I got this at like an Ocean State job lot or something. It was only like $2 or something, so maybe this is old packaging. It does come with a mirror, but I always liked the Fit Me powder. I always thought it was very nice. It's very, very finely milled, so you can safely use it underneath your eyes without it, you know, causing a lot of problems. But I think it's really a nice powder. So for drugstore powder, I do recommend that. For foundations, I have been using the Pretty Fresh from ColourPop. I'm really enjoying this foundation. You have to make sure you shake it up. A lot of people don't do that. Shake it up before you use it. I think a little goes a long way. You can build it up. It works just as nicely as my Pat McGrath. And I got them both around the same time and they were so similar. I do like the Pretty Fresh. This is the newer one. The ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. Really, really good. And my shade here is Light 40N. Light 40N. And probably in winter time I would be like a 38N, I think. So this is a very nice one. They have a lot of shades. So that's where I fall in. It's like the 9th one in. So it's quite a lot of light shades. There's quite a lot of dark shades. It's a really great foundation. Very inexpensive. And I did talk about Cheddar. She's kind of a brand that's been around a while. She has been around a while for 20 years or so. She's a makeup artist from a long time ago. I've loved a lot of her products. She is featured in Birchbox a lot and Ipsy bags. I think she is on QVC once in a while, or HSN, one of them. This is a wonderful lip tint, and this particular shade is called Sienna. It's absolutely beautiful. The formulation is creamy and it just is beautiful on. Perfect for fall. So Sienna, and that's from Cheddar, and she is a Paris-born lady. Her parents are of Chinese descent and they moved to Irvine, California, where she built up a cosmetic industry there, and she's doing really well. She doesn't get talked about very much, and she has other things that I really like. Now, as you know, I did kind of a special on Juvia's Place because I really liked it. I've purchased 4 of their lipsticks, and I think that their lipsticks are one of the best formulas out there. Somebody did comment once on my video about this that they thought the Rimmel formula was similar, but I do not believe so. The Rimmel formula doesn't last as long and it has that gacky smell added into it, and these do not have a gacky smell. These are a light kind of a cupcake vanilla kind of scent to them, and it dissipates right away. The Rimmel is a strong perfumey smell and it stays with you, and I actually can't wear Rimmel lipsticks because of that. But they do have some nice formulas. I think they're a different formula than this. Scent aside, I think it is a different formula. I do like the way these last. I like the way they feel on the lips. It's a very cushiony kind of creamy feeling. Even though it's a matte lipstick, it's not. It's more of a creamy lipstick. And I have very dry, chapped lips. I'm always biting my lips, especially in winter. Oh. Anyway. So I have these 4 shades. I'll just swatch them for you real quick. And I probably will get more once I get, situated with my new job and all. And I'll be able to afford a few more. The packaging is nice. This is hashtag 2020. And this one is called A Mauve Moment. This is slightly darker, a little more mauvey. This one is called Me, M-E. And this is an autumn shade, really pretty autumn shade. The formulation is just so nice with these. I was so impressed. And this last one is called Mademoiselle. And this is like the perfect nudie tan shade. Really, really nice. With autumn coming up, sweater weather coming up, these last two shades are gonna go really nicely. Me and Mademoiselle will go really nicely with your autumn clothes colors, and as will your Manicadar lipstick. The last thing I wanted to talk about was a website that I'm visiting a lot, and that is LinkedIn. And I know when you think, oh, LinkedIn, yeah, right. LinkedIn, I thought, was just a hoity-toity website for business people that just, just listing their stuff, like a little, almost like a yearbook kind of a thing. And I was so surprised. I think it's more entertaining than Facebook. You still get your puppy and horse videos in there, but you get really inspiring quotes. You get message board. You can link up with people. I'm writing children's books right now just in my spare time, and I am linked up with people who are publishers and who are graphic artists who can do maybe the illustrations. I'm linked up with other small business owners. I'm linked up with HR professionals, and right now I'm studying autism, so autism professionals have given me recommendations. I've been having really nice conversations. In some cases, it's almost been like Match.com, if you know what I mean. There have been a lot of those kind of approaches, which surprised me. It's better than Facebook. So I'd recommend that you go on there, put your profile on there, and put some nice little tagline underneath your name. Whatever it is that you do that you're good at, not just retired, not just housewife. Put something down that you're special at, and it will attract people to you that may help you in your life. You never know. I get a lot of response. I think I'm up to 200 or 300 followers now, or linked up connections. And ironically, it was Bud who told me to take LinkedIn seriously, because he said, well, if you're looking for a job, you might want to go on to LinkedIn. And I thought, oh, I don't want to do that, but I'm really glad I did, and I think it's a very interesting site. There's some inspirational videos, speeches, memes, little posters, little things on there. So anyway, we're just using our time here, since a lot of us aren't at work. Or if we have extra time off because we're working less hours, I think it's a really good thing to use that time wisely and improve ourselves. You can learn skill sets, you can learn programs, like you can learn QuickBooks, you can learn Excel, you can learn other things. I know that Goodwill has their Global Learning Center, the GLC Center, Global Learning Center by Goodwill. It's free training in Windows Office. You can get training in all of the different programs for free. There's no charge. And I think it's well worth trying some of these things, and use this time wisely and improve yourself and improve your skill sets. If you are job hunting right now, or you're thinking you might be wanting to job hunt, this is a wonderful time to work on your skills and become a better you. So with that, I will be back probably in a week or so. Thanks again to Sharon Hardy, and thank you to Susie, and thank you to Audra and my other Patreon supporters. I'm just doing Patreon until I'm back on my feet again, so I know some people are offended by that, but if you can spare $1 a month or $10 a month, it really helps me out, and I will stop the Patreon when I'm back on my feet. And I just really appreciate it, because you are like my virtual family, and I want to keep doing these videos and keep buying things to demonstrate for you, and we can all learn together as we go on through this. And again, they're working on vaccines, they're working on clues right now, so this will be over And we'll be, I don't know if we'll be laughing about this year. I don't know if I'll be laughing about this year. It's been quite a doozy. Woo. But I think we need to stay positive and healthy, and I hope you all are out there staying positive and staying healthy. Have a wonderful week and have a beautiful day. Take care. Toodles.